Despicable Me 4. What an absolute fun time at the cinemas this was. Went to go see this with my mates the other day, and what can I say except what an absolute blast this film was. Spoilers ahead. Just starting off with the plot. We see Gru attend a school reunion where he's introduced into a bunch of his old friends, I'm going to say, including our villain of the movie, Maxime Lamel. We see Gru get mocked a little bit for once being this amazing villain, for now being absolute nothing. And deep down, Gru is hurt, but is like, it's okay, I got the family. Like, he knows he loves his family now. Maxime then wins Best Villain Award, and in doing this, he shows the rest of the students slash villains that he has this new technology which now allows him to turn into a cockroach. And he wants to turn a lot of people into the cockroaches to take over the world as a cockroach. No worries. Gru then revealing that he works for the AVL then takes down Maxime, only for Maxime to be like, I will get you, Gru, you and your family. We then see that Maxime actually breaks out of prison and threatens to find Gru. So this means Gru needs to go on the run, and we see Gru and his family be relocated to suburban life. This is so cool watching Gru and his family try to fit in to be normal. They're in this real rich, posh area. Gru's wearing this pink polo, which I loved when he was wearing it. It really added to his character and how far his development has actually come from being this once top supervillain to now a dad and a husband and just Gru. But he does get his name changed in this film to Chet, which he doesn't really use at all in this film. He just kind of says, my name is Chet, like once or twice, and that's pretty much it. Now, Gru's son, Gru Jr., hates his dad for some reason. And we see Gru try to develop the bond while Lucy goes on to work and tries to become this hairdresser and the girls are at school. Now, I actually love the chemistry that Gru Jr. and Gru had. Like, just this like father figure to this son. It was cute, it was fun, and it was a new layer to these Despicable Me movies. Now, while trying to keep a low profile, the neighbor's daughter, Poppy, who's this upcoming supervillain, actually knows who Gru is and demands for him to help her with a heist. Otherwise, she's going to blow his cover. So Gru straps on and he gets his villainous out and they try to steal the school mascot from the supervillain school. Now, it was a nice touch that Gru Jr. actually came along on the mission, I guess solved all their problems. It was funny when they forgot the wrong bag and they had to use the diapers and the baby stuff to, I guess, innovate. I thought that was really cool. But in doing this, it does blow Gru's cover and Maxime Lamel knows where Gru is and is after him. We then see that Maxime then takes Gru Jr. and transforms him into this cockroach. And after a standoff between Gru and Maxime, Gru Jr. actually then changes back and saves the day. The film then ends with Gru going back to his normal life and he goes and visits Maxime in prison and they sing Everybody Wants to Rule the World together, only for the rest of the villains in the past Despicable Me movies and even the Minion movies to show up in this sequence. It was so cool. It was awesome seeing El Macho, Victor, and Brett Blaufazar all show up, all singing along. I like this. I thought this was like one of the coolest parts of the film. I loved it. Now, in terms of acting, it is an animated movie, so we're not blown away with too much breathtaking performances here, but we do have Steve Carell back again as Gru. Once again, Steve Carell blows it away for Gru. This is his character. Gru is Steve Carell and Steve Carell is Gru. Kristen Wiig plays Lucy, once again Gru's wife. She owns the character. This is her character. Then we are introduced to our new characters. Joey King, who voices Poppy, who is the upcoming villain girl who takes Gru's advice and I guess the mentorship. And then we have Will Ferrell voicing the new villain of this movie, Maxime, who, not gonna lie, I didn't even know it was his voice until later on. I was like, oh, that's Will Ferrell. Like, his voice sounds so different in this. It's because of his accent in this film. It is changed. It is always still good having someone like Will Ferrell pop up for one of these movies. Now, pacing. Illumination have gone 4 for 4 in this, and their pacing on the Despicable Me movies always works really good for somehow. I think it's the fact that we get the same kind of pattern of the film in terms of the start, the problem, and the solution. I think it works though really good, especially for these Despicable Me movies, thrown in with a lot of Minion jokes. I'm not gonna lie, the Minions in this movie, the Mega Minions especially, they munged the cake. They took the spotlight. Having these 5 minions represent, I guess, your Avengers or your like classic superhero team. It was so cool. I think that really added to the pacing. Every time we cut to a bit of Gru life story, we also cut after to a bit of Mega Minion stuff, them saving the day, them getting experimented on for the first time. That was so cool to have. But all in all, Despicable Me 4, might I say, this is an absolute fantastic film. Honestly, the best one out of the 4 in my personal opinion. I was laughing my head off. Me and my mates were just going crazy, laughing, obviously, but then having 3 adults laughing at all the hidden humor in there. It really it was a treat to us in the movies. Once again, this is a childhood film for mine, the first Despicable Me. So being able to be an adult now watching Despicable Me 4 with my friends, it's a treat. It really is. Such good comedy, such a good laugh. I went in there thinking this was just going to be a dumb, silly movie, and it was. It really was a dumb, silly movie, but they did it really well, really fun, really amazing. Animation of it, absolute phenomenal. We can really see that a lot of these animation movies lately have just been breathtaking, and Despicable Me 4, being an Illumination film, it really shows here. It really does. So for Despicable Me 4, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. It's funny. It does what it needs to do. Although this is probably the worst villain out of the franchise, I still really enjoyed how the aspect of Gru has changed from the first movie to now. Being a villain to now this father, while also still being his Gru-y self, I love it. So if you really do want to go to the cinemas for a laugh, for just a good time, bit of entertainment, I definitely recommend Despicable Me 4 will do that for you. So that's going to be all. Thank you guys so much for checking out this review. Please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and keeping on those post notifications so you never miss a thing. Be kind, love one another, and I'll catch you next one. Ciao.